Remember that scene in Monsters Inc. where a guy walked across a grate on the sidewalk and died? I really like the fact that they use anger as an armrest or table. The average human can hold their breath for 30 to 90 seconds. The cameraman who filmed Finding Nemo. Buzz, look, a reason to live. Gotcha. Andy leaves his room. Toys starts moving. The cameraman. They are doing a horror film about Mickey. Disney. We already did that. There's comment on the Inside Out 2 poster. Where's Freaky? Let's just take a moment to appreciate the fact that Pooh has just shoved the equivalent of his own internal organs back into his body. Like it was no big deal. No bothers were given that day. That moment you realize Shrek and The Incredibles have almost the same poster. How didn't I realize this sooner? Disney knew exactly what they were doing. 2006. Mickey, let's go to the clubhouse. 2022. Satan is evil, but at least he's not doing it for the money. When you are brothers, but it's obvious you won the genetic lottery. Asking Genie for world peace and harmony. Asking Genie to get you a girl because you can't get one yourself. Me, watching Disney princess movies. As a kid, maybe she's in love. Now, she's 15. Can we talk about why Tarzan doesn't have any facial hair? Me, putting Monsters Inc. on for the 6th time today. My toddler, I've never seen this movie in my life. No, cause I feel like these two are the only ones inside my head. Congrats Marvel Studios and Avengers. Congrats Disney. Why? Thank you Disney. So everyone knows this little guy from Finding Nemo, right? Remember when Nemo first met him and he said, see this tentacle? It's actually shorter than my other tentacles, but you can't really tell. And in octopuses, one of their tentacles is actually their pee-pee and is structured slightly differently from the rest of their tentacles. Guys, Pearl was showing... I thought Pearl was a girl. Thinking about the Mr. Incredibles JPEG that was so large, it took up over 13 gigabytes and eats up all my CPU usage. Meg, calling out men on their BS since 700 BC. Well, you know how men are. They think no means yes. And get lost means take me, I'm yours. We ordered the Goofy movie cartoon style pizza. That's a whole lot of cheese. And you're pretty thin for someone who likes food. I don't like food. I love it. You're pretty thin for someone who loves food. Thank you. Disney's Bambi remake will change a key scene to avoid traumatizing kids. Hi mummy, you look like you've got something to say. Do you? Yes, I certainly do. I have to go now. My planet needs me. Someone just thought my tattoo was Mike from Monsters Inc. What have I done? Turning my rat drawing into a city in Florida. Objectively the finest... What? I love how inclusive this post is. I don't. It's a bit too inclusive. There are animals in here. And cars. Pixar assembled a crew of 9 teenage girls who came to this studio every 4 months and watched Inside Out 2 to then give notes on Riley's emotions. Cannot imagine anything more terrifying than having my work judged by a panel of teenage girls on a quarterly basis. That awesome moment when you find out this guy was voiced by this guy. When you close Disney World at 3,000 cases and open it back up at 3 million cases. Health. Even Geppetto knew you have to stay strapped or get dabbed. That's a flintlock. Feeling very judged by Cinderella. Cinderella puts away all the materials from one project before starting something new. I made people cry at the end of the movie. I made people cry at the end of my movie. Amateurs. What was that, punk? Amateurs. You make people cry at the beginning, middle, and end. Why I don't watch Disney cartoons? Because it's animated. Because they sing midway the movie. Therapist. Don't worry, Disney can't remake live action meme templates. Meanwhile Disney. The most relatable female Disney character ever. Megara. My friends call me Meg. At least they would if I had any friends. How Disneyland should have handled things. How the government should have handled things too. When Aladdin arrives at work before you. The perfect Monsters Inc. gag doesn't exist. No way. The gag is just hiding Mike's face. I don't know which part of this is worse. Is it the position of the straw or the fact that you have to constantly make eye contact while using it? Public domain expansion. Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. No one had ever broken the fourth wall like Deadpool before. How could you be so blind? The only Pixar live action remake I will accept is if Harrison Ford plays Carl Fredricksen in Up. Which Disney character do you think you are? Me? If you ever feel useless, just remember that Thor, the god of thunder, got electrocuted. You're vile, you're foul, you're flawed. Also cute and fluffy. I wish I could love myself the way Stitch does. How did I never notice his lower hands on his hips? He's a little sass master. Friend, would you snort 1,000 kilograms of Disney princess? Me. What? Crushed Snow White. When Pooh and his friends disguised themselves as Tiggers because Tigger could never find his family. All I wanted as a kid was to eat the food in Disney movies. What if we use 100% of our brain. Amputating Mike Wazowski's legs would be the exact same as beheading him. Disney Company is the second largest purchaser of explosive devices, right behind the USA. Disney competitors. It's because they get fireworks, a lot of fireworks. Just thinking about this Barbie quote from Toy Story 3. Authority should derive from consent of the governed, not from threat of force. If you're ever feeling down, just remember that you won a swim race against 10 million others. I am speed. In The Little Mermaid, it is revealed that Ursula's double chin is made from solid bone, making her perhaps the only person in history who is, in fact, big boned. People today. Yes, I love watching TV. What will I choose? Hours later. What will I... This is literally me. People in the 1980s. What is on channel 2 of the telly today? Disney. Please celebrate our 100th anniversary. Me. You destroyed Star Wars. Go away. Friend. Hey, can I borrow a movie? Depends. Which one? The Pixar one with the kid and the old man. I'm never gonna give you up. No. Wowie. No, I must take trash. When Disney runs out of ideas, it's remake time. Disney, when they realize Pinocchio doesn't have a mum they can kill. Sleeping Beauty, 1959, is arguably one of the most beautiful animated Disney princess films. Hey, what's Winnie the Pooh's favorite color? Yellow. No, it's red because of his shirt. No, it's yellow because he loves honey. You have no idea what you're talking about. The Pooh says, yellow like honey, that's my favorite color. Things are heating up at the Winnie the Pooh fandom. Walked in to check on the kids, just saw this. I am vengeance, I am the knight, I am Princess Batman. Blush. The amount of sass in this picture is overwhelming. Yeah, I listen to country. The song, Life is a Highway. This is such a tune. When your pet fell asleep in your arms, but you have to get up. I'm sorry, little one. Don't you hate it when your fingers are frozen? Me, looking at this rock. Me, thinking about all the people who need to be hit with it. All great things have their cheap copy. Counselor. When nobody gives you money, so you do a crossover with Finding Nemo. Finding financial support. The Pixar lamp. The letter I. Andy takes a girl home and finally loses his V card. All his toys watching. Timeless classics Disney shouldn't ruin. Underrated action-packed Disney movies perfect for live adaptations. The perfect comment doesn't exist. Dating a K-pop stan is fun until she dumps you for some guy named Jungle Book. Been 13 years and I'm still trying to figure out how the hell they braided all her hair into a single braid like that. And if all the people in my class know me as the word girl with the Monsters Inc. laptop, so be it. Emotions. This cat could inspire a Pixar movie. Tag yourself. I'm top right. The Pixar team came up with WALL-E, A Bug's Life, and Monsters Inc. during one lunch. They cooked that lunch. Pixar when designing mums in the next Cars movie. Disney and Pixar present Beans. Got a new sunshade. Yes, I know. Bad font. Cry about it. I had a dream where Sully from Monsters Inc. came into my room at night and gave me a McRib. Said he was gravely sorry for what my teacher was doing to me. So what was your teacher doing to you? My best friend's name is Elsa, and today she said, I wish people would stop asking me if I want to build a snowman. I don't know, I think she should just let it go. Coming up with schemes with your best friend. Was this movie even real? Elemental's world building feels like an AI tried to rip off Zootopia. Like, the robot brain can't figure out why humans will chuckle at jokes like, sloths work at the DMV, but not, the tree working in customs uses his stump-shaped nose in lieu of a rubber stamp. I don't know, just been doing a lot of thinking about Balloon Elsa. How did Stitch hide those arms without having like a lump or a hole in his side? Like this. This is from the art book. Do you think Thanos was right? I think the biggest problem is that Endgame frames him as basically being right. In the comics, the snap heavily destabilizes nature, and several planets are careening out of orbit because half of their biological mass was removed. In Endgame, they have like flying cars. Pixar, when they release a new movie with Mum in it, are thickest ever. Just remembered Harry Styles is in the MCU. The fact these two are canonically brothers still sends me. When you faked your laugh twice already, but they keep talking. When your dad dies and you have to act like you didn't just do a choreographed musical number called I Just Can't Wait to Be King. Imagine winning 14 million times. And when the only one time you lost, they make a movie of it. After 95 years, Disney officially breaks up Mickey and Minnie. Feeling in the mood at the junkyard? WALL-E, seeing Eva for the first time. You are on this council, but we do not grant you the rank of Disney princess. This is outrageous. It's unfair. Spider-Man and Toy Story 4, fighting to be the biggest movie of the summer. Disney. People before and after taking off their glasses, according to Disney. You know Sid, the person who tortured toys? He is now a toy. Well, how the turntables. Me, modern Disney. Me, everything made by DreamWorks. Disney movies and Indian movies, singing out of nowhere. Pixar mum. I give inspirational speeches to the main character that helps them on their journey. And also have a dump truck. Disney mum. I'm dead. head. POV. You're the parent of the main character in a Disney movie. Go to your local Disneyland and grab one for your boo. She said your local Disneyland like it's around the corner. Disneyland? I have to travel to a different country. If you think about it, it's just a gritty, realistic reboot of Winnie the Pooh. Big friend plus skinny friend is the ultimate comedy dynamic. My face when someone says Lion King is just for kids. Why are you walking so fast? Me, after guessing my own password. Inside Out, if it was filmed inside my head. When was the last time any one of us felt anything? Do you really think your pathetic weapons can penetrate my telekinetic force field, Gaston? Girls only cry over basic trash. Boys only cry over stupid stuff. Men and women can both relate to this feeling. Disney owning Fox is bad because one company shouldn't control so much of an industry. Coke, peanut butter. No, just no, don't do it. Anyone get it? At the end of the movie, after Jesse performs a stunt to open the door, Buzz gets excited and his wings pop out. Pixar announces Oppenheimer is coming to the Cars universe. A platypus? I can't do a Doofenshmirtz voice. I read this in a Doofenshmirtz tone. Gen Z thinks they know dance moves from TikTok, but they never learned the best move of all, the perfect cast. Never forget what they did to Flounder in Little Mermaid 2. Google Chrome, Microsoft Edge, Mozilla Firefox. Expressive, iconic, recognizable. Crab. The cars in Cars have horns. Is it like taboo to use them? When they have a seizure, is it just a car alarm? I couldn't fix your brakes, so I just made your horn louder. I think it's like having a seizure. The scene versus the cameraman. I'm a grown man. I'm a big adult. I can do this. Oh, no, you can't. Animated movies in the 2010s starter pack. Celebrities who aren't voice actors being casted. Twist villains everywhere. Sequels. These guys. Now for something completely different. You may continue scrolling. Incredibles 3 and Finding Nemo 3 is reported likely to be happening at Pixar. Bruh, what the hell would the plot of Finding Nemo 3 even be about? Now Marlin gets lost and Nemo has to save Marlin. I am the plus National Geographic of every party I've ever been to. Everyone is debating about who should be in the live-action Hercules, but the only casting choice I care about is, was this movie real? Oh, I think my wife Lucille is baking cookies. Bake them cookies, Lucille. Relationship expectations versus the reality. So what are we gonna do? I don't know. What you wanna do? When you buy something and it goes on sale a day later. Always happens with video games. Me, every day listening to the same 8 songs as always. Stress level. Troy choosing between singing and basketball. When you're upset about something but don't want to talk about it because you think you're overreacting, so you just lay there and pout. Insane character design. Disney really freaked it. Just imagine for a second if these two switched theme songs. Unrealistic Disney fantasies in the 1950s. True love at first sight. Unrealistic Disney fantasies in the 1990s. Your individuality brings your success. Unrealistic Disney fantasies in the 2020s. Reconciliation with your family. Disney announces live action Lilo and Stitch. People who remember the first Sonic trailer. Knows original stories about fairies. Only knows fairies from Disney movies. Disney World. Clerk, $9. Me, for a waffle? Clerk, grabs my shirt. You will pay whatever the hell we say, because you love your kids. It's $15 now. In The Incredibles 2004, Syndrome says that Bob and Helen got busy upon seeing their children beside them. This is a reference to something really cool and mysterious, but my mom won't tell me what it is. Grandma, I'm full. Grandma, eat. When you visit the Empire versus when the Empire visits you. Oh look, it's America. When you open the windows because it's too hot. But even hotter air comes through the window. Getting the call every parent dreads on the goofy phone. I would like to take a moment to thank Nanny for being one of the first Disney women to ever look like an actual human being. A very normal frame. The mess up my sleep schedule gang. Finding Nemo fans. Toy Story fans. Incredible fans. Standing in line for photo night. Behind a dad who's trying to explain Alzheimer's to his son. But grandma forgot me. Remember Dory? She forgot things too, right? Yes. But did that mean she loved Nemo any less? No. You hate Disney because they are making their movies woke. I hate Disney because I don't think they've made a good movie in 20 years. We are not the same. Mike versus Mike Pro Max. Walt Disney Pictures? Nah. Pixar? Yeah. Hayden Christensen's wife doesn't want her daughter to know her dad was Darth Vader. You turned her against me. Someone put me in charge of making t-shirts for our family reunion at the most magical place on earth. Disney World? What? Disney is set to buy full control of Hulu for $8.6 billion. Put them in Kingdom Hearts. Have you ever thought about how the sexual dimorphism of modern Disney characters has perfectly paralleled the sexual dimorphism of the proboscis monkey? I cannot stop thinking about it. There's something terribly wrong here. Anakin has the high ground, which means Anakin won. The funniest part of Aladdin is when the Sultan goes, "Ah, Jafar, my most trusted advisor." And then it cuts to Jafar like this. Lightsaber in the movies versus lightsaber in the games. No way, it's Buzz Lightyear. What Europeans think about Americans. Rat-tat-tat-tat-tat. What do you see versus what the people in the castle see? I don't get this. What are they seeing? Me kills that annoying mouse. Everyone else at Disney. The two main characters in Disney movies versus the other human characters. If your Disney princess cooks, loves playing with kids, talks to animals and has a heart of gold, that's no Disney princess, it's Kronk. Disney, congrats, you are being rescued. Every successful movie franchise. Please do not resist. Being amazing Disney movies that didn't deserve to flop. I haven't watched either of these. Netflix? No thanks. My Disney Pixar Cars Lightning McQueen 13-inch speedy TV will do just fine. I sure do love being a toy. He's Andy. Inside Out? This is brilliant, but Inside Out 2? I like this. Disney. But how did you manage to buy Spider-Man from Sony? I bought Sony. Disney. Making live-action remakes, making new original movies. I wonder where they're going to go. Disney. Not letting a child have a Spider-Man tombstone. Screw you 3000. Disney. Let's put a castle in our intro. Universal Studios. Let's put the Earth in our intro. Pixar. Main characters versus Disney. Their parents. Hey baby, I got something to show you. You hit send on that picture of Mike Wazowski and I hit end on our relationship. I don't have anything to show you. Peter Pan. We meet again. Captain Hook. Captain Hook. Well. Wait, you guys call me Hook? Yeah, because of the hand? I'm sorry. Wow, okay, my dad's dead too. Why not call me Captain Dead Dad? How Mike Wazowski wears a mask. Like this, or like this. Dad, calm down, it's just a game. Also dad when his favorite team loses. Me, coming home after a long day at work or school. Or both, if you work while going to school. No one. My hair when I wake up. Adult me, seeing one of my favorite things during my childhood getting completely ruined. In Up, 2009, Carl wears a bow tie at the funeral because he never learned how to tie a tie without Ellie. Can't make me cry mid-video, it's not allowed. Casual reminder that Nanny was on her way to becoming a professional surfer before her parents died, and she had to drop everything to look after Lilo. Imagine if all of these studios got together to create one big film. When all humans are about to be perished, they need to collab, make one final movie. With a budget of $165 trillion. New Sully meme gets popular. Sully fans, Mike Wazowski fans, people who are sick of Monsters Inc. memes. Why? We won't cast little people as dwarves anymore, so you'll give us less demanding roles, right? Walt Disney is frozen in a cryo chamber while his name is being used to support terrible TV shows with terrible actors. Dad, you gotta wake up. Pixar makes worthless sequels to Toy Story and Cars that nobody wanted. Also Pixar a couple years later. I'll do it again. Toy Story frame 9,356 out of 14,206. I am just a little depressed, that's all. Remember when Pixar used to animate blooper reels for their movies so the characters were behaving like actors in a movie and messing up their lines, and even the villains were goofy off screen? For Toy Story 4, instead of creating all the individual cobwebs in the antique store, Pixar created AI spiders that were programmed to spin the webs wherever the cobwebs needed to be. When people are testing your patience, but you've got to stay calm because you have bills to pay. What? Okay, fine, I'm cool, I'm fine. Did you know when the movie Zootopia was released, the news anchor appeared as different animals depending on what country you lived in? In the US/Canada/France, he was a moose. In New Zealand/Australia, he was a koala bear. In Brazil, he was a jaguar. In Japan, he was a tanuki. And in China, he was a giant panda. What was he in UK? A British bulldog? I will never understand why Disney is so focused on live-action remakes when they literally own the rights to the Muppets. I would take a Muppet remake of a Disney animation classic over a live-action remake all any day. Muppet Beauty and the Beast, where the Beast is played by the only human actor, and he turns into a Muppet at the end. He has balance issues. No, you aren't doing it right. Let me demonstrate. Johnny Depp teaching other Johnny Depps so they can rule the world in his absence. The Mother Depp teaches its Depplings how to behave in the wild. Depplings. In Coco, the VFX artists spent an upwards of 2,000 man-hours working on these few seconds alone. But I didn't see anything because I was crying hysterically. Best Toy Story logo? I like the original. I guess that's just me with nostalgia though. Kinda biased. You'd have to ask someone who hasn't watched Toy Story. People in Pittsburgh actually eat pizza where the crust is cooked and the toppings are put on cold. So to answer your question, yes, Pittsburgh is as bad as it sounds. Congrats, Pittsburgh, you ruined pizza. First the Hawaiians and now you. Am I the only person as a child that saw the cursive D as a backwards G? Wait, it wasn't called Jiznep? Not a kid's movie. 1 hour later. Remember, I haven't watched this movie. Disney, trying to explain why you can't sue them. Cause you signed a 3-month trial for Disney Plus several years ago. This is actually real. The dark side of Pixar bloopers. The absolute state of video essays. True crime YouTubers talking about a real life murder versus lost media YouTubers talking about a cancelled episode of SpongeBob. No more crop circles. Ah, all the other aliens got to make them. What kills me about this scene is Nanny's use of the word more, indicating that Jumba has, at some point, actually made at least one crop circle. What is a crop circle? Davy Jones is honestly one of my favorite movie villains because he's so extra. He introduces himself by saying, "Do you fear death?" And he plays the spooky pipe organ with his tentacle beard while pining over lost love. He knows his aesthetic and he owns it. Forget about Pirates of the Caribbean and spent a solid minute trying to figure out when the ghost man asked SpongeBob if he fears death. James Barry, creator of Peter Pan, gave the Peter Pan copyright to Great Ormond Street Hospital, the leading children's hospital in London. The royalties continued to support the institution's work today, more than 80 years after his death. 6-year-old Jermaine had been saving up money so he could go to Walt Disney World, but he decided to spend that money on food to hand out to Hurricane Dorian evacuees instead. You're a good kid, thank you.